So it is currently February 22nd. Fuck. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it is currently February 22nd. It is Tuesday. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling rested. I had a 3-day weekend where I really just needed to take some time to sleep and catch up on sleep. I want to give a little preface. This is probably going to be like a 2-3 day vlog. I'm just going to kind of include some snippets of some exciting things I guess I have going on the past few days. This morning you'll see my weight was 153. When I started prep 2 weeks ago it was 155. And we've made no changes since that first week. I did check in with my coach today, and I'm going to kind of cover the changes that he made because he did make some pretty drastic changes. I was sitting at 140 grams of protein, 360 grams of carbs, and 80 grams of fat on my training days. And then on my rest days, I was 140 grams of protein, 340 grams of carbs, and 70 grams of fat. So the updates from there, he dropped me about 60 grams, 45 grams of carbs. So my new numbers are protein's the same at 140 grams. Carbs are now 315. Fats are down 10, so they're 70 grams on my training days. And then my rest days, I'm at 280 carb now and 60 fat. I'm very fucking excited. I'm really excited to see what it is a pretty drastic cut. I'm really excited to see how my body responds. It's been, I mean, almost 2 years since I've done a cut. So now I've got a pretty cool appointment scheduled with a guy. His name is Dr. Cory Baker. He is a chiropractor, but he's not just your average chiro. He does a lot of work with like E-stim and really working from the source of the issue. And instead of like regular chiros where you like sign up and you see them weekly or whatever forever, he fixes you and then gives you the tools to stay fixed. But he also does dry needling, and y'all, dry needling has saved me. The performance, physical, aesthetic, everything, it was night and day. So I'm really excited to take you guys along with that and have him kind of speak more to what dry needling is, the adjustments he does for me and how they aid in my posing and all that jazz. So I'm looking forward to showing you guys this stuff. So enjoy, and I will catch you in the next clip. I'm working my ass off right now, but I just whipped up this beautiful meal. Asparagus, russet potatoes, and then there's some swai under there. Woo! I'm going to devour this. I really wish I could record more during the day, but I'm on back-to-back calls and have a whole bunch of crap to do. But I have just wrapped up for the day and I got ready for my chiro appointment, which I want to take you guys along with. I'm just wearing a little Gasp pullover. These are Amazon shorts that I cropped myself. These are my favorite fucking slides right now. I got them on Champs. They were like $7 on sale. Aren't those fire? So I wear shorts because he may work on my quads and my hamstrings today, and he's got to have access. Hopefully he remembers that I'm recording today. We will find out. So let's go to Mesa. I also think it's hilarious, like, so I'm going to Chandler, but I have a meal in here, a Powerade, and my EAAs with creatine and some glutamine in there. Gotta do what you gotta do when you're on prep, baby. everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like my shape has changed so much from working with you.
That's awesome.
Still feel like my hamstrings are taking over when it comes to glute work.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like my upper glutes are like blowing up, but I feel like there's just like something dead in here. And I feel like you kind of sensed that last time you worked with me. I don't know.
You're feeling like you just don't feel it contracting lower in that glute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I immediately feel my hamstring. No, so
You keep your legs straight.
I actually do them standing.
Yeah.
With my foot turned in with the cable like behind me, if that makes sense. I can like demo for you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to walk me through that. What was that?
Hip flexor on my right side. You straighten me out.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just,
this side?
that one, yeah. I think it's just from sitting on it.
You okay? Comfortable over here? Good. I'm glad. Just keep working on the obliques.
Yeah.
As strong as you possibly can. Come down to your hip and glute. Just hold it out. Sorry about punching the butt cheek.
You good?
There we go. It's like longer.
There's a bunch of like pillows that chiropractors recommend, but they're soft. Fuck. I have no idea. Look up the answer.
Make sure that these Billy bones, these bigger bones are open and closing as they're supposed to. Okay, I'm gonna hold this sacrum down. I want you to keep this knee straight, but lift this leg off the table as high as you can.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go as high as I can.
Yep. Keep that straight though. So lower it, lower it, lower it, lower it. Now straighten that leg though. There. Now do it. See if Amy wants to take over.
Yeah, straight leg.
So what do you think is the difference between this leg and this leg?
My right hamstring is immediately taken. I feel it hurts, like a burn so much more than my left.
Or do you think that this glute is weaker then? That's what I think. What you did differently on this side is when you went up, you went down and out. Like you stabilized this hip, but you took this leg and you almost like shoved your leg down the table and then went up. And so that's a coordination thing with like operator internus, like all the muscles in the hip right throughout through here. So do it to this side, like take that leg down and then go, okay, did you feel how your pelvis kind of posteriorly tilted there?
Yeah.
You took the arch out of this.
Okay.
Okay, now go up, but keep that knee straight. And almost try to take that heel towards the wall.
Towards the wall.
There you go.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, it's almost like you're trying to shove your leg down the table. More glute, less hammy, or do you still feel that hammy burn?
I feel a lot less hamstring.
Okay. Try it again. Butt cheek, butt cheek, butt cheek, butt cheek. Okay, so you're definitely for sure. But I can see what you're saying about how you feel like that lower, like that glute max is going to shut down. You definitely gain a lot more muscle in your
It's
ear.
insane. Like
But
I
definitely
see.
the lower half is something that you
It's like it's really easy for me to sit back, but then I'll have to like
try to rotate.
really kind of like pull. And I don't know if I've been posing, so I am very sore right now, and I was sore yesterday when I was doing my check-ins. I don't know if it's just like tightness, but like I bare-gunned lightly, and like I do like over-unders or whatever to just kind of like open things up. I still feel like I've been having trouble getting this open and set into place.
What does set into place mean? Like get that lat flare? Like
Yeah, get my
open?
lat open and then my shoulder set where it lays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you feeling that restriction through the front in here?
I
I
feel
feel like
it's
that shoulder looks very internally rotated on that right side. So I can definitely see because you had more rotation, you had more ability to open up that way.
Yeah, but
that
I don't
second
want-
time,
yeah.
you don't want your hips to move.
Exactly.
So we need to separate that torso from the
Yes,
pelvis.
exactly.
And then we're gonna keep your ribs. So put your hands on your ribs, hold those ribs down, then we're gonna let your torso turn your legs that way. What do you feel? Do you feel restrictions on this side? Anything on the back or anything like that?
It's tight. I mean,
okay.
I don't know how to explain it. I feel like tight is the word that comes to my mind.
Look at the difference.
It's a little tight. Yeah.
It's a little tight, but you see how far you can go on this side?
Yeah.
Like this side, your legs are almost all the way.
Yeah, it
touching
was
the
a lot more smooth.
Yeah. Okay. So let's open up this side. If we open up this side, it's going to help open up this side more because this rotating that shoulder back that way is because you're getting the resistance from this side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy how much more this side is okay together. It's not like I'm fucking posing all day or something. Like, why is my left side safe? I feel like
It's a repetitive motion. Same like a baseball player, swing the same way. So that's what you keep posing the opposite side.
I completely forgot about that. Oh, it's the most awkward thing ever too.
Just like you try to swing a baseball, the left end of the swing. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
How'd you do that recently?
I actually got an offer to play like 1 minute. Like, your baseball
Oh,
league
that
with
would
the
be
back
fun, dude.
league. Just super nervous, so.
Hey, you got this nerves.
Maybe super nervous.
Oh, I remember because I played softball and when I start back up again, just like batting practice, I was so ball factor. And that's not even running or like stretches. Triceps and like lats and everything.
Just watch it for you to go.
Oh yeah.
Okay, try that pose one more time. Let me see if that's. But it doesn't have to be completely different just yet. We're not. This is just little pieces of the puzzle.
I'm a little hyper responder, so that's how it will be. Oh yeah. Yeah, I already feel like I just melted into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm definitely turned this way. I didn't have to like.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So what is that giant jump?
So that giant jump is called a local twitch response. And so what it's doing is it's temporarily for a millisecond inhibiting the connection between the brain and the muscle. And it's releasing that twitch, or that trigger point, I guess you can call it, or quote unquote knot, like everybody likes to call them. And that jump is just that neurological tone and tension being reset in tissue. Because when you're training, always being like doing shoulder press or bench press or whatever, you're telling the muscle shorten all the time. You're constantly just shortening that tissue, demanding a lot from it. So with the repair process, because as we work out, the muscle gets torn down, right? So that repair process, sometimes if there's a tissue that you kind of overload it, pushed it past, and you're not letting it repair, or it's not repairing as quickly as it could be, they'll lay down these little like knots and little trigger points. And that's the brain's way of creating like another anchor point in the body. But then that diminishes blood flow, and diminishes the ability to tap into that muscle fiber or tap into that bundle of fibers or things like that. So the dry needling goes in there and it releases that knot, and then that blood can rush in there. Nervous system upregulation goes in there, strength goes up, oxygen delivery goes up, all that good stuff goes in there.
They form because it's like there's not enough time to recover, right? Is that something that I could help so that they're not as savage as that every time I see you? Because
it's not really not enough time to recover in a sense, but it's the body, it's the demand you're placing on the muscle. It's the body's way of trying to compensate that tissue to support the motions and movements you're doing, to allow you to keep training at the intensity that you're training at.
So how would you instruct me to do my kickbacks for that lower glute?
Yeah, I'll show you. Definitely. It's almost like a skiing motion where you don't really lift your leg up when you come up backwards. You want to keep your foot just barely gliding across the ground. Which I'll show you. Of course, the camera's right on this one. There it is. It's all right on top of your tattoo right there. There it is. There we go.
Okay. I got the 40s. Which I feel like is decent for a little lady.
So that's pretty neat. Oh. Get through that skin. Gee, that's some tough skin right there.
hold more fat there too. Oh.
Oh, there we go. The Terry's muscles are jumping. Oh wow, there we go. That was a big guy. I could feel him in there. Oh, that's gonna pop like crazy this weekend.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I've had somebody's cherry muscle this loaded up.
You're welcome.
I'm sure your lats are shut down like crazy though. It went from feeling like plastic and like really hard and dense to like
just
butter. It just opens all the way up. Yeah. That's what I tell everybody that it feels like when that tissue finally
Yeah,
lets
that's
go.
how you explained it to Haley. Yeah. My camera did die halfway through, like towards the end of our session, but all you missed and what I wouldn't have shown you was he finished up dry needling my shoulders and my lats, and then he worked on my lower glutes and then up through glute med as well. We saw that he made me lay on my stomach and lift my leg up, and from that you could clearly see that my hamstring was taking over the movement. That was partially because my glute was inhibited, but also I wasn't initiating that movement right. So Cory's really good on not just like fixing your problem while you're with him, but he also gives you the keys to execute in the gym and I'm gonna say in the gym, so that you are training correctly and firing the muscle correctly. So full spectrum, he helps you not just relieve like temporary whatever pains that you have when you go in there, but he gives you the tools so that you can avoid them in the future and that you're executing things better to get yourself towards whatever goal it is that you have, if that's bodybuilding or just people who don't want to be in pain anymore. So I am going to eat the meal that I brought with me, and then I'm going to the grocery store. So I don't know if I'm gonna film in there, but I'll show you guys what I get. All right, so I am home from the grocery store. So for my carbs, I've got some cinnamon raisin bagels, some baby red potatoes, and then some russet potatoes that I cook up in the air fryer. For proteins, I picked up some grass-fed ground beef, that's 93.7, some Light and Fit yogurts. I think that's all I got for protein because I have chicken already. This stuff is the shit. It is an almond butter, but it's like stupid low calorie. So for 45 grams, it's 13 fat, 5 carb, and 5 protein. And that's why I got 2, because I love that shit. Almond milk, kettle corn, popcorn. Entire bag is 9 carbs and 6 fat. Thank me later. Sugar-free Jello, gum, some mandarins, lemons. This looked really fucking good that I'm gonna try on probably some savory dishes as well. A few bubbly waters, and then there's some raspberries back there. Just a little haul.